Hey guys, Michael here, and today I would like to show you how to create loops and conditions in Power Automate. Our project will contain a loop, and with this loop we will go through a table row by row and check each row if the turnover is greater than 1000, and if this is the case, we will send an email. Okay, let's go. First, I need some data. I typed this one in my Excel online, and I defined this table as a table. So I can use on the Home tab the Format as Table feature and select a color. And this is not just colorful stuff, this is a data structure. And if you click in this table, you can change to table design, and on the left side you can give this table a name. I named it T turnover, and now this is my table. This is necessary to access the data in Excel from Power Automate. Now let's switch to Power Automate. In the next step, we need a loop. So we create a new loop which will go through this table we just opened. So I click on the Net New step and search for a control. And here I see my control structures: condition, apply to each, and so on. And what we need is apply to each. I click this one. And now I click in this field and select an output from previous steps. So I click here, and in the previous step we just opened this table, and from this previous step we have a value, the dynamic content, and you can see in this value I have the list of my items. So I click here on value and put it into the apply to each. So this is my loop which will go through each row from my table I just opened. In the next step, we need to add an action within the each loop. So we don't need a new step here. We need to add an action in the loop. So I click Add Action, and I choose once more again Control. And from all the controls I have here, I have a condition. I click on this condition, and now it's added into the apply to each loop. And you can see here a condition, and here an action if this condition is true, and here an action if this condition is not true. Now I have to check a value. Okay, I click here, and now I can look into my table and look for a field, for a specific field. And the field I need now is the field turnover. So I click it here, and I can create my condition equal to, or we need greater than, and now I put in a value 1000. Okay, this is the condition, and that's it. The next step is a little bit tricky. We have here turnover, and this is fine, but we are checking the turnover if this is greater than 1000. And my problem is that this turnover is text, and I can't compare text to a number. So I have to change the data type of turnover to number. And for this reason, I need an expression. So I click here on expression, and I need the function float. I open the parentheses, and now the float function needs an argument, and this argument is the value which should be changed to a number. And the value, you can see it here, is turnover, and I hover with the mouse over turnover, and you can see this value is represented by 8 items applied to each turnover. And I don't like to type all this stuff into the function, so I have a little trick for you. You can go to this 3-dot menu here on the top right corner, click this one, and you can copy the code which is behind this condition. You can copy this to the clipboard. So I copy this to my clipboard, start an editor and put this code here, and you see lots of stuff, but don't get scared, this is easy. You can see here the text we are looking for. You can see here items apply to each turnover. This is the same thing we saw in the conditions. So I click this one, or I select this one, Control C to copy this one, and you see this is the same stuff as you can see here. This is items apply to each turnover. Okay, so I would like to remove this one, create an expression, float, tab key, parentheses, and now I insert the copied text here. You can also type it by hand, but I don't like this. I insert this one, press OK, and you see here the expression ready. And next, I would like to check if everything is working fine until now. So I save this one on the top right side, and now let's test this one. I click test. Manually, it's okay for me. Test. And now let's see. Connecting to Excel. Continue. Run flow. Done. Okay, and as you can see, the flow ran successfully. This is fine for me. And now we have, I go to edit. We have our expression edit, and this is fine. So the last step will be adding an action if the condition is true. Now within the loop, apply to each, we have a condition. I click this open. We have a condition. In the condition, we will go through each row, change the value type from text to number, so we can compare each turnover with 1000, and if this is true, this action will be taken. So I need to add an action, and my action should be send an email. So I click here and search connections and actions. I type mail, and I see here send mail v2. This is okay for me. Send mail v2. Let's click this one, and now I type my address. Okay, and the subject, and in the subject I need dynamic content, so I type turnover colon, and then I add the turnover from my table. You see here at the dynamic content, so I add turnover, and now I type in city, and now I insert the city. Okay, specify body, automated mail. Okay, and that's it. This is my action. This is the send mail action, and now I save my project here on the top right, and now I can test this one. So let's click on test, manually test. Okay, log in, it's working, continue, run flow. Done. And let's see, it's running here. Just a moment. Your flow runs successfully. This sounds good to me. And now let's see my inbox. And as you can see, I got 2 emails, turnover 1500 1,500 in city Siegen and turnover 1,200 in Münster. Okay, let's see into my table, and you see 1,200 Münster and 1,500 Siegen. So this mail is correct. And that's it. Now you see the email in my Outlook desktop app, and that's it. And my flow is working correctly. So today we created a loop, and then we went through the table row by row, checked each row if the value is greater than 1000, and if this is the case, we sent an email. Okay guys, that's it for today. If you like this video, stop by again and have fun with Power Automate.